Hi, I'm John Harris, editor of Politico. We're here with David Gregory, moderator of NBC's Meet the Press. David, the White House is trying to change the story this week to jobs and the economy. The president's got new fighting rhetoric, and he's got a new proposal for highway infrastructure. What do you think? Is there still time to change public perceptions and voting behavior 2 months before the midterm elections about the state of the economy?
Well, it may very well be. Obviously, the president is counting on a couple of things, that he can try to highlight things that he's done, that he's still willing to do, while at the same time casting Republicans as overly ideological, wanting him to fail, and unreasonable at a time when independent voters have moved away from the president and from Democrats. I think what you're seeing from Democrats, however, is a real aversion to taking on the idea of more spending. Don't forget, way back in March of 2009, there were bipartisan calls for the president to increase some of the stimulus spending he was going to do, particularly for infrastructure around the country. So the question has been asked, why not have done it then if you really wanted to get it passed during the term? So I think there are Democrats who are worried about that additional spending. Nobody wants to call it another stimulus because of such an aversion politically to any new spending right now.
David, the jobs message we had been expecting, but there was another story we didn't expect, and that had to do with Mayor Daley of Chicago saying he's dropping out, and Rahm Emanuel, the White House Chief of Staff, possibly getting in, returning to Chicago, his native city of Chicago, to possibly run for mayor. Is this a good story from the White House perspective?
Well, I don't really think it has an impact on November. I think Rahm Emanuel has a very good relationship with the Hill, and he's certainly helped legislative accomplishments be gained under this president. But I think that he was looking to leave anyway, and he would probably have done that by next spring at the latest. So if he leaves, the president said he wouldn't make a decision until after the November elections. I suspect that's right. But I think it's the worst part of it could be a distraction for the president. I think he needs to think about how he repositions himself after what looks to be a difficult political season, a November result. And I think changing a chief of staff may help him do that.
All right, David, and what do you have in store for us this week on Meet the Press?
Well, we're going to cover all these issues on the economy and the president's handling of it, the politics for the fall, and also the anniversary of 9/11. I've got two exclusive guests, David Axelrod, the president's senior political advisor, and Rudy Giuliani, the former mayor of New York City, will also join me.
Thanks a lot, David.
You're welcome.